In this video, we begin to repair the lower cowl by fabricating sections of patches. You can see from this image of the driver's side cowl that there's pretty significant rust damage. I searched for replacement panels that would fit my 1967 Fairlane, but I was unable to find an exact match. I tried looking for replacement panels for the Australian Fairlane ZC and ZD because they make a lot more parts for those cars than the American version, but they don't make the parts I needed. I thought that maybe I could repurpose a cowl patch panel for a 67 Mustang if they were similar enough. You can see, however, when you put these images side by side, other than having a 6-inch vent in the middle, they really don't have a lot in common. I saw that on CJ Pony Parts someone asked if the Mustang cowl patch panel could be used in a 66 Fairlane or Comet. The only responses indicated that it would not work. It looks like one person actually tried to fit the Mustang patch panel to a 68 Cyclone with no success. So what are my options? If I can't purchase a new replacement cowl for a 67 Fairlane or source a used part, I guess I'm going to have to fabricate one. We're going to have to start fabbing up some patches. And before we do that, I'm going to try and remove this piece here, drilling out some of the spot welds. See if I can't take this piece out intact. So this piece looks good enough to save. We'll de-rust that. I'm going to start my repair by creating a patch for this area. So after creating a cardboard template, I transferred the pattern to a sheet metal, leaving about 3/4 of an inch on the bottom to form the flange. The lower cowl is stamped from a really thin gauge sheet metal. Butt welding this is going to be fun. And by fun, I mean not fun. For my first attempt, I didn't have much of an idea of what the profile of the curve should look like, and because of that I got it all wrong. Hence why I called it my first attempt. On my next attempt, I didn't want to make the same mistake, so I made a cardboard template to match the curve of the patch piece. As I was bending the piece on the shrinker, I could compare it to the template and adjust accordingly. Once I had the curve that I wanted, I worked on fitting it. Trimming back what is not needed. Before cutting out the rusted out piece, I needed to remove this flange with studs underneath the cowl. I'm able to drill this out from above, which gave me a chance to use these spot weld cutters. I fit the patch in place and scribed around it. Then cut it out with the pneumatic cutoff tool. Lots of fitting and trimming before I was able to hold the patch in place with butt weld clamps. As usual, the fit was far from perfect. I tacked the patch in place, but had to cut small strips to fill in the gaps since I couldn't bridge that gap with the weld. Now comes the tedious process of welding in the patch, followed by copious amounts of grinding. Now onto the next section needing repair. I made a cardboard template to cut the patch from sheet metal. First, I cut the damaged section out. I made some adjustments to the patch with the shrinker before fitting it with butt weld clamps and tacking it in. I used this large C-clamp to bring the edges together on the lower part of the patch and welded it into place. Once again, lots and lots of grinding. Here is what the first two patches look like. Still needs some work to make it look right. I'll show that in my next video where we continue to repair the damage in the lower cowl. Hey, thanks for watching. If you hung in this long, why not like, subscribe, or leave a comment?